Hello friends, welcome to this series of lectures on digital communication. Communication. When we hear this term, we immediately think of a telephone, a mobile smartphone, a television, a radio, computers, the internet, remote controls, satellites, radar, GPS, Internet of Things, and a variety of other wired and wireless communication devices and mechanisms. We are surrounded by these devices. Indeed, the list of communication devices and their applications is virtually endless. The development that has happened in communication technology is nothing short of a revolution. It has even changed the way we socialize. Today, communication enters our daily lives in so many different ways that it is very easy to overlook the multitude of its facets. Indeed, we have started taking it for granted, just as we take electricity for granted, just as we take means of transportation for granted. Have you ever wondered how these manifold communication devices and mechanisms function by themselves and with one another so seamlessly? It is communication engineering which makes it possible. So in this lecture, we will introduce the term communication and communication engineering. We will look at the basic elements that make up a communication system in the form of a general block diagram. We'll talk about the primary communication objectives, and then we will summarize. So what is communication? Communication means conveyance of information. How? Through electrical means. Between whom? Two objects. Now those two objects may be situated at two distant places. In that case, the communication is across space. But there is another dimension to it. It is also possible to store some information now and retrieve it later. That is also a form of communication. That is communication across time. So, communication is conveyance of information across space or time. And what are the objectives of communication? The primary objectives of communications are reliability and efficiency. What do we mean by reliability? Reliability means whatever information is transmitted by the sender, it should be received as it is without error by the receiver, or if it is not possible to receive without error, then the error should be minimized in reception. Another objective is efficiency. Efficiency includes two things. One, the speed of communication, and number two, the integration of services. And what do we mean by integration of services? Well, suppose we are talking to our friend. So while talking to our friend through a telephone or through a mobile phone, we also want to be able to see his or her face. We also want to send messages simultaneously. We also want to browse the internet simultaneously. So we want to do several things together, and this integration of services is made possible through communication. So in a nutshell, communication can be defined as conveyance of information across space or time through electrical means reliably and efficiently. And what is communication engineering? Communication engineering is the branch of engineering that deals with the theory and practice of understanding, analyzing, and designing systems for conveyance of information across space or time through electrical means reliably and efficiently. That is to say, communication engineering talks about the analysis and design of communication systems. Any communication system, however simple or complex it may be, can be described in terms of 5 basic elements. These elements are information source, transmitter, channel, receiver, and information sink, in which the flow of information is from the information source to the information sink. An information source is the originator of information. Information may be in the form of music, speech, image, video, or in general computer data. The job of a transmitter is to convert the information received from the information source into a form that is suitable for transmission through the communication medium. Now that communication medium, which I have named here as channel, may be wired or wireless, it may be guided or it may be unguided. When we talk about wired or guided medium, it includes a twisted wire cable, a coaxial cable, optical fiber cable, even a waveguide. When we talk about wireless communication or unguided communication medium, that is space or free space or air. It must be noted that though I have used the term channel here to describe the physical medium through which the information is transmitted, the term channel encompasses much more. It is much more than just a physical medium. It is indeed an abstract term. Not only does it incorporate the physical medium, it also incorporates the impairments that a signal undergoes while transmitting through the channel. Those impairments include interference and noise. So, the signal that is received at the receiver is the corrupted version of the transmitted signal. And that corruption has taken place because of the interference and the noise in the channel. The job of a receiver is to make the best estimate of the signal that has been transmitted from the corrupted version of the signal that it has received, and then provide it to the information sink, which is the user of the information. So, to summarize, the term communication refers to the conveyance of information. That conveyance of information may be across space or across time. Two primary objectives of a communication system are reliability and efficiency. Any communication system, whether analog or digital, we will talk about the difference between an analog communication system and a digital communication system in the subsequent lectures. So any communication system, whether analog or digital, can be represented by a general block diagram comprising 5 blocks, and those blocks are information source, the transmitter, the channel, the receiver, and the information sink. We also noted that The term channel is indeed an abstract term and it encompasses much more than just the physical medium used for transmission of the information. It includes the impairments which are associated with the signal transmission. Not only that, even the nature of the channel also depends on the type of study to be carried out, what kind of study we want to carry out, and that decides what we actually mean by the channel in that context. So channel is an abstract term. We will talk about these aspects in greater detail when we get down to the nuances of communication systems. A good reference for studying digital communication systems is the book titled Digital Communication Systems by Professor Simon Heckin. There is another book titled Communication System by the same author, and that is equally useful. So any of the two books can be followed for this course. So thank you very much.